Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Vamos continuar, né? Vamos falar com uma. É aqui mesmo.
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you to.
Asfand, né?
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about something.
Ué, faz as perguntas. Bebeu
I
água.
see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As far as the Akasha goes, we can access even less than you. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, we've used our own two hands to carve out a living. We don't beg gods for their aid. It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru aren't interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late Greater Lord Rugadavara.
Rugadavara.
In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just happened to inherit her legacy. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rugadavara and hold her in greater esteem. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance, and the Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru are concerned, she's just a god that exists. And that's all.
Really? After hearing all of that, Paimon sort of feels bad for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the God of Wisdom doesn't worry about her reputation among people like us.
All right. Well, thanks for the info, Asfand.
No problem. Always happy to help out the Adventurers Guild.
Voltando na estaca zero, né? Pode deixar a cidadela, né? De Rexar. Você questionou várias pessoas das cidades número 1. Tá carregando ali no cantinho, né? Ai, como é tenso, cara. Eu queria estar jogando em alta qualidade pra ver se ajudar, mas o HD não tá ajudando. Trágico. Ué.
Seems Asfand was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Vai aparecer alguém.
You two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right?
Quem é essa senhorita?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dunya
I forgot to introduce myself.
O Dunya.
One of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon.
Você poderia nos contar que tipo de lenda?
Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
Farmer ficou animada.
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to overcome the adversity. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, we'll be wherever you go."
Que história incrível.
Yeah, thanks for the story. Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy inside after that.
In a way, it seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord
É
Kusanagi,
é
can you tell
Dunyarzad.
us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that,
Dunyarzad. É Dunyarzad.
I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
Ela viu alguém e saiu correndo. E assim ela se foi.
Hey, wait! What the heck just
Deve ter
happened?
algo a ver com aquelas pessoas ali. Essas três.
It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunyarzad was
É
acting
Dunyarzad.
super nervous just now. You think they're looking for her? This stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord Kusanagi.
Não
We can't let them
podemos.
get in the way now. Let's see if we can get rid of them. Then we can catch up with Dunyarzad.
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her!
Que tão fácil, né?
That should keep him busy for a while. Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad.
Dunyarzad. Ah, não consigo falar. Tá. Antes de encontrar a senhorita que tá ali dentro,
Adventure time.
eu tenho que pegar aquele TP ali em cima, velho. Como eu subo mais aqui, velho? É aqui. Eita, tá renderizando legal, hein? As coisas aqui. Ó o chão. Tive que abaixar, pelo menos jogar um pouquinho fluido, velho. Melhor jogar fluido do que travando a cada andada. Cadê esse TP, velho? Eu tenho que subir mais. Achei. Cidades número. Pegar esse TP aqui, né? Aproveitar. Tem mais coisa ali pra cima. Rua dos Tesouros. Claro que. E a Renal tá rendendo. Olha o guarda-chuva. Como tá um e como tá outro. Renderizando ainda. Ó. Difícil.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
Por que tô atrás da senhorita, bicha?
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I believe there's still more of them out there.
Que
looking
crime a
for
senhorita
me.
cometeu?
Uh-oh. Looks like there are some coming this way.
out here for? Run!
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult.
Se nós escondemos em algum lugar, nos escondermos, né? Em algum lugar.
Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place like that.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for anyone looking for you.
E ela foi sozinha, pô. É ali embaixo. Na taverna. Vamos entrar na taverna. Pô, tá interessante, hein, velho. Essa história aqui. Ainda tem a outra história, né? Que eu achei que era do Arconte. Que é também do Arconte, né? A gente vai dar uma parada, mas depois que a gente terminar essa aqui, a gente continua a outra, né? São 34 dias esse evento. Eu ainda tô fazendo missão da região, né? Vou tentar, velho, amanhã abrir live mais cedo, cara. Vai ser o quê? Pra gente jogar um Genshin, velho. Ou domingo. Pra gente continuar essa história aqui, velho. Puxar. Tipo, sim, eu tá em live. O jogo funciona de boa em alta qualidade. Ó, pode ser memória e HD. 30% de chance de ser HD e 30% da memória. E se for os dois aí. Mas que seja HD mesmo, né? Chegou no seu limite. Um MVE da AliExpress tá 200 e pouco. Não sei se der no caso do MVE. Seria uma boa também. Não tem taxação. Tô pensando aqui. E não vai fazer entrar de novo, né? Eu não entendo isso da taverna, não. Ai, eu acho que não entrei, não. Tá carregando de novo aqui. Sempre dá isso aí, velho. Provavelmente eu tô fora. Eu não sei porque dá esse problema. Aí, ó. Entre na taverna. Continue no mesmo lugar. Vamos ver se agora vai. Quando vai pra aquilo, a chance de entrar na taverna é pequena.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
A chaveiro que ia trocar contra nós.
My lady, who are these two?
Nossa, senhorita, quem são eles?
They're
Governantes.
travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so they helped me hide.
Bora voltar
I
contra
see.
ela.
In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a
Nossa.
sec. Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
Bora pro pau, bora
I'm
pro
Miss
pau.
Dunyarzad's bodyguard. Here
Cadê?
to see that she
Não,
returns
calma
home
aí.
safe and sound.
Se você é guarda-costas, o que você tá fazendo aqui? Não tava com ela do lado dela. Porra, mas tá bonita a roupa, hein? Opa, a roupa não é.
My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
Tá na rainha de algum
And
lugar.
if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back.
Ela é a rainha de algum lugar, velho.
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me some time and I'll get that much.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right thing to do. And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents. And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. They still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be old news to you. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to. Because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you,
Será que
Dia.
é também uma doença da Coalla?
Sorry for being so rude just
Coalla
now.
parece cola, mas não
My
é
nerves were
Colla.
acting up. And I even brought up your payment in such an offensive way.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
Dunyarzad, né? Você está bem?
I'm fine, really.
Ela tem a
I
mesma
just
doença
really
da
like
Coalla,
to
velho.
now that things have calmed down.
Aqui vai crescendo as
My
escamas,
lady,
velho.
stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
Tenho
I'm
quase
sorry for
certeza.
worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
O pai vai gostar.
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Em busca da deusa da sabedoria. Lenta. É Rakan, ó, o nome do cara, velho. Ó a musiquinha, ó. É saxofone, é?
Well, if it isn't Dia, haven't seen you in nearly half a year. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now. Don't you find that kind of work boring?
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it, huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you very often. We'll be sure to prepare our very best.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Não precisa gastar, podemos comer qualquer coisa, não se preocupe, vamos pagar pela nossa própria comida.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now? Aw, Paimon kinda wanted to try something fancy, but we aren't exactly loaded. Paimon will settle for something ordinary.
Não exagere não, pai.
How about our coconut charcoal cakes?
Bolo de coco,
They're our
coco
signature
carvão.
snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
Oh, tá bonito ali, hein?
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass.
É raro ver algum prato que nem a pai quer comer. Você já fez até um prato com slimes?
What do you have against my slime dishes?
Nada.
Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before.
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any helpful information. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so
Ih,
bad
tá
that I was
começando a tocar
in
um
a
som aqui do
semi-conscious
nada.
state for
Que a máquina
several
sai aí,
days.
velho.
Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. Even if I cried, there was no sound. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Eva!
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand, but actually, I know everything about you.
Really?
Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt.
Wow, you really do know everything.
Dunyarzad, is there anything you want?
What? Not really. I can't go anywhere or do anything.
Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen.
But can you make my illness go away?
Oh. I'm sorry. But I'm not powerful enough to do that right now.
Then, can you be my friend? After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my
friend.
body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel, deserts, and all of Tevat. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I must have been dreaming. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Tevat.
Então você acredita que aquela voz era a Lorde?
Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world, nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom, It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zero's festival for her.
What's the
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero's festival?
Sub-Zero's.
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal. But because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death, so they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Aw, but that's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day. But I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
Yes, that's her.
Ih, rapaz.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arms. Did you give her something?
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much Mora prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts.
Nilo.
I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazar today, and see how things are coming along. Dia, would you accompany me?
Sure. That's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much, even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it from your father.
Podemos ir também?
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Se essa mulher aparecer, né? Em busca da sabedoria. Ó a musiquinha, velho. Que tá nesse ambiente aqui. Deixa eu subir aqui. É como se fosse a taverna de mistérios. Lambad, é assim que fala o nome dele? Tá, vamos sair. Ai, nossa. Pô, tá interessante, tá interessante. O começo aqui da baguncinha, tá interessante. Reação animal. Depois eu tenho que ver algumas coisinhas aí. Qual é o jeito que usa para os personagens dentro? Dá uma pesquisada. Sempre a demora, né, velho? É onde isso? É um pouquinho longe, dá pra ir andando. Tô correndo e o nosso renderizando a cada segundo, ó. Tá renderizando rápido. Ai, eu tô ferrado. Nossa, é aqui dentro. Nossa, diferente, hein? Diferente. Tá dando um pouco de lag. Primeira vez que eu tô aqui, né? Nossa, entrei na printada na... Alguém vai aparecer. Olha!
Sorry I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped at home, but you made it in the end. Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out. She's on our side now.
Not completely.
Oh, and who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumeru City and are looking for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali.
So you're followers from another land?
Na verdade, não.
Oh, really? Well, that's okay. You're still invited to the Sub-Zero's festival.
A gente tá aqui pra outra questão, né?
By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazar. It looks spectacular. Thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough Mora?
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on, I'll show you.
Ó, os chifres, velho. Em busca da deusa da sabedoria. Bonito, bonito as coisas aqui.
Wow! This place is amazing!
Not bad. Huh. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off.
Bye.
Mr. Zubair was worried sick. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening,
O que ninguém veio
so we
lidar
were
com
going
esse,
to
com esse
cancel all the
problema.
stage performances.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be best if the theater closed down completely. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the Sub-Zero's festival anymore. Thank the Dendro Archon for Dunyarzad. But the more she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much-needed makeover. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time. I can't wait for you to see it.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already. It's almost time for your dream to become reality.
It's our dream. I'll do my best for the two of us.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros, the most important performance at the Sub-Zeros
Nossa,
festival.
ela é importante então.
Dunyarzad, have you told him the origin of this holiday?
I only
Sim.
told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay. Then I'll tell you two about how this holiday came to be. According to legend, the
aqui que
Sub-Zero's
apareceu um
festival was
videozinho
originally
bonitinho.
the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for the Greater Lord. A long, long time ago, on one of Greater Lord Rukadevata's birthdays, her friends threw her a celebratory banquet. Some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing, so the Goddess of Flowers began to dance. As she danced upon the grass, countless beautiful padisaras began to bloom wherever she stepped. Those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop
Parece
at
que
this
estavam se
very
divertindo.
moment."
Parece um pouco triste.
Huh? Really? Oh, you probably mean because all the gods in this story are no longer alive. Although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing is apparently based on how the Goddess of Flowers looked. Though
Será
we're
que
just
você não é a
tiny
deusa das
people
flores,
compared to the
amiga?
divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that the birthday girl feels loved on her special day.
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the extra mile and scattered padisaras around the stage.
They symbolize the Goddess of Flowers, after all. It's just a shame that all of the
Padisaras,
Padisaras
fala.
went extinct after her death.
Yeah,
Padizares,
the
né?
Greater Lord brought forth Padisara's memory of the
Padizares.
goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful purple.
Thinking about the goddess of flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that, I'd be thrilled if I had just 2 real Padisaras on the stage.
Muito diálogo.
So, Traveler in Paimon, what do you think?
Claro.
Interested in the Sabzeruz festival?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good opportunity for you to learn more about her.
Já estaremos aqui.
Paimon thinks that's a great idea.
Você tem certeza que não quer ir só pela diversão? Você tem certeza que não é porque você quer ver a Nilo dançar?
Of course Paimon wants to watch. Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
So how about we all attend the Sabzeruz
Claro.
festival together?
Certo, estamos combinados.
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Traveler in Paimon, if that doesn't sound interesting to
Vamos
you,
explorar,
then
vamos
feel
explorar.
free to explore the area. Everyone at the Grand Bazar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali, and we're all looking forward to the Sabzeruz festival.
In that case, we'll take a look around.
Vamos nos próximos. Ó, faça um passeio pelo Grande Bazar.